Good morning, everyone. We're actually at Alice Lake Provincial Park, which is about an hour north of Vancouver. Now, if you follow our videos, you know we do a lot of hiking out this way, but we've never come to this park before. And one of our viewers was suggesting we'd enjoy it, so we're here. We rolled in last night, probably around 7:45. We had a nice quiet night, got set up. Got cold. Some of the campsites here are serviced, some aren't, and there's also some walk-in tent sites. We're in one of the unserviced sites, so it gets a little cool. It got down to about 5 degrees last night, so we're all battened down, but our furnace came on maybe once every 40 minutes or so, and we stayed warm enough. A fairly large park, but it's always very busy because it's so close to a large city. It's really beautiful, but it looks to us that it's full. But I wanted to come down this morning, Mickey's still sleeping, and just share with you what it looks like maybe a half hour after the sun's come up. Did some video here last night, so you'll get a contrast of the sun going down and the sun coming up. Lots of birds. So join us as we explore Alice Lake.
We're just going for a nice morning walk around Alice Lake.
Now look at the sun coming up and the mist on the water. You won't be able to see it, but there's a gorgeous mountain peak behind us. We'll take some shots of it later. I think it's Mount Garibaldi. A nice ridge on our right that I'm looking forward to clambering up somehow. From what was a nice sunny morning to actually hail. Just mostly rain, but a little bit of hail thrown in. Hopefully just a shower. We're just about to head out for our hike, but I think we'll hold off for an hour or so, or 15 minutes.
Hill so far. Hopefully all the uphill will reward us with some nice views.
Alright, so we just came up, what was it, the Beck Hill?
The Beck Hill.
It's about a 2-kilometer trip. It's an old logging road, so it's fairly steep though. I was surprised at how hard it was, but look at the view we get when we get up here. I think more than worth it. The only negative thing is it's also a cell phone satellite tower up here. You come around the corner and it's not the prettiest looking, but then you come off to the edge and you get a view like we have behind us with some of the mountains, so quite spectacular.
On the bright side, you get good cell coverage up here.
Yeah.
Even better than the campground, which is pretty good already.
Weather's kind of a little funny. It was snowing on us about 2 minutes ago, and now it's back to sunshine. Still cool out. It's warming up, but it was still cool this morning, around 5 degrees, and so there was some fresh snow in the mountains just a little bit above us. So we're not completely done with snowfall yet. Yeah. Anyway, gorgeous views. Nice place to hike up. Now we're going to head down and do something called the Four Lakes Trail, which is about 6 kilometers. So in total we'll have done maybe 10k, which is maybe 6 miles. So nothing too hard, but just enough to get out and enjoy the park.
Mickey's suggesting I be careful. I wonder why. It's just that first step's a little bigger than I'd prefer.
Those mountains look pretty stormy now. It was clear just a little bit earlier.
Squamish is famous for its polar bears.
We're at the campground gate. Some of the nice sights that back into the forest. The outer loops look like the nicer sights. We have an inner loop. Got a friendly visitor at our site.
I'm always friendly.
Okay, what time is it?
Beer time.
Yay! Beer time. I'm pretty tired after that hike.
It wasn't very hard, but we did actually just a little over 12k by the time we did by the time we walked back to the van and then did a side loop. So it was nice, very pretty, beautiful scenery in amongst the trees, mossy, and then we got to go by 4 lakes, which was nice, and then a river, which was a surprise for us. So
yeah.
We knew the river was close, we just didn't think it was this close, so it was great.
Yeah, it's a treat to have some trails that go from the campground. You don't have to drive anywhere.
Cheers.
Cheers. Good hike. And I forgot to bring the crackers out.
So right now we're having a little bit of trouble with our electrical system. Our underhood generator isn't charging our batteries, and our batteries are starting to get low. They're still probably okay, but we don't know what the problem is. So we're going to try taking it for a drive and see if that actually helps. I'm not overtly hopeful. We've had a few challenges with the electrical system. Our lithium batteries, we've had one replaced and one tweaked. Switch, we had a problem with the switch, which I managed to fix myself. But it seems to be with the lithium batteries, there always seems to be more in the way of challenges with people that have them. So,
well, we drove around and really didn't make much of a difference. So definitely the alternator is not charging our batteries. Right now we're getting some battery from solar, I think. So at least we know that the solar is charging the battery. We're just sitting in a big shopping mall parking lot right now, trying to get as much sun as possible. Nice thing about the Squamish Canadian Tire parking lot is they have a few RV parking spots. Very nice of them to have that. So we don't have to worry about trying to squeeze into a regular parking spot, although we usually don't have any issues, but it's just nice. The solar is competing with the fridge consumption, and I think right now the fridge is winning because the power is going down a little bit. In the meantime, Precious is having a little break.
we didn't resolve our battery issue, but we've decided to stay another night. We've actually got lots of power. We're just so used to having even more power than we need that when we can't charge our batteries through the underhood generator, we just get a little uncomfortable. So we're not even down at 50% yet. So probably by tomorrow morning we'll be down at 50%. So we've got lots of power. It's just we've never had a situation before where we haven't been able to charge right up when we wanted to. Hopefully it won't be something that's too complicated. I did crawl under just about everything and couldn't see anything that was obvious. So it's likely going to be a trip to the dealer, and hopefully they'll get it fixed in a reasonably short period of time. Anyway, we've enjoyed it here. The lakes, especially going a little tour of the 4 lakes, was actually a lot more fun than we expected. Some beautiful lakes, all fairly close to each other. So very nice. So we're looking forward to another evening here. It should be a little cooler, probably down to about 2 degrees, but hopefully nice and sunny tomorrow when we head home. It's been a good trip so far. Good morning. I've just gone out for a short paddle. It's just a little after 6 this morning. I was actually down here about 5 a.m. I didn't bring a camera or a microphone or anything. And the bird sounds then were just phenomenal. Far less right now, but still very peaceful, very nice on the lake. Gorgeous views, as you've seen, just the sun coming up in the mountains. So our power this morning is getting a little low, but we've got really 2 options, I think. One, we'll park the van in the sun, and the solar will probably charge our batteries up over the course of the next day or 2. The other option is on the way out this morning, we'll stop at one of the sites where in the park that has power, and then we can charge up before we leave, so just so we know we have a reasonable level of battery power. It's not an issue really, but it's annoying not to be able to charge up fully like we normally do. Anyway, it's a beautiful morning, peaceful on the lake. I'm going to paddle a little bit more and then go wake up Mickey. She's still sleeping. Who sleeps past 6 a.m. in the morning? I don't know. It's a Sunday after all.
We drove over to one of the vacant powered sites and are charging, and our batteries are working fine. So it just seems to be the underhood generator that's causing the problem. Our power was getting quite low this morning, in part because the temperature got down to 2 degrees, and when you get that cold, the battery power drops by itself. So with the energy in the battery lower and the fact that we're continuing to run our furnace and our heating pad and everything for precious, yeah, we're getting close to running out of power. A new experience, one we prefer not to replicate.
We've got a beautiful morning. We're just charging up our batteries right now, and we're out for a last minute walk to the lake before we head home.
So thanks everybody for watching our videos, and thank you to the subscribers as well, and for all your great comments. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so, and we'll see you next time for our next adventure.
See you next time.
Ryan, thanks very much for suggesting Alice Lake. It was a lot of fun. Great place to go.
Yeah, thanks Ryan.